Yes, for me, I like to say that the electoral act gives the discretion to the electoral officers to determine when an incident would affect the outcome of the election. But quite frankly, if you look closely at the Akwa Ibom situation, just as it could be applicable to any other state or ward, you would find that if some skirmishes or disturbances leads to the loss of life, even if it is just one single soul, because you do not need to record 12, 20 before you will take a step to be able to curtail that exercise. The discretion is that of the electoral officers, but I would imagine that once you get to that stage where lives are beginning to be lost, you must take appropriate steps as the superintending officer, electoral officer, to at least mitigate the escalation of such incidents. But please permit me to say that, look, it has become a little curious, you know, as one who has the opportunity to observe. Yesterday, I did mention that even before the commencement of the election proper, I got calls from Ikono and Ibonibon local governments.
Where? Cross River or Akwa Ibom?
Akwa Ibom, okay. Where they claimed that there was no election at all because some hoodlums came and
before the election started?
Yes, yeah. Proper. But after accreditation. Because electoral materials were carted away in those. Now, if you recall that you interviewed Victor Acta, the former governor of, he gave a graphic picture of some of these incidences, which was contradicted by the incumbent governor, Akpabio, the who, after barrage of questions, considered to some extent that there were these skirmishes here and there, including the death of a particular electorate. That Victor Atta's position was collaborated by Umana. For me, INEC must use its discretion wisely this time around. You know, some of these discretions are not just to be thrown around, you know, whimsically. They have to look closely within the confines of what has happened. Good 18, the police, you know, at the height of it, at the height of their command in the state, has intervened. Much as he tried to be dodgy about it, with due respect, he has indeed conceded that there are not just one death, there are 3 deaths, including the person whom case they are investigating now. He refuses to accept that that is his personal ordeal or what, but he says they are investigating it.
Because initially he said he's not aware.
He says not aware, there was no person posted to him, it's not that he's orderly, and well, we are used to, when the chiefs are down, when the stakes are high, the police, with all due respect, have a way of, you know, leaving you to your fate. But the concession I extracted from his remarks was that, indeed, they are investigating into that particular case.
But what else did you get from his disposition? Because those who are protesting, of course, when it comes to security agencies, they expect them to listen to everyone, because they're protesting, saying, look, no elections held, they don't want the results to be declared. And so, but from the look of things, we're getting reports as well that results have already been declared.
Now, if you take, before I come to the issue of declaration of results, if you listen carefully to the Commissioner of Police, and you could see how very distant he wanted to appear from what was going on, by saying, one, I didn't know why they were protesting. I also do not have a way of ascertaining, because I'm not one of those who was protesting. However, we are investigating. That will clearly show you that the police wants to be seen to be neutral. But in taking that posture of neutrality, you could see that those efforts on their own part to remain neutral, it creates some ambivalence on the part of the situation. Because as we speak, it will be curious for people like us to accept that at the point where people have rolled out, are all in the street, the Commissioner of Police cannot categorically say why they are. What is it? Are they not carrying placards? Yeah. Even if they didn't submit a letter to you. Look, I'm a veteran of protest, and I'm not saying this. Look, before you even go out, the first thing you do is to clearly define why you're going out.
If I may chip in the point he is making, I think the police presence in Akwa Ibom on a day like this. Akwa Ibom is one of the flashpoints noted. And we expect, we are saying that we expect police to be proactive. They should have a command post that will be monitoring development at the polling units. And if there is a protest, their command post should be able to tell them that this is what happened at this command post. But what you normally find out will happen is that once thugs and people like that come, including the policeman that's to protect the citizens, will take to his heels. So basically, the person that's supposed to be the security that will give the information now becomes also a victim. And in order to protect themselves from being said they have failed in the performance of their duty, then they take this, impartial posture, as it were. But basically, I believe that they have more information that they are willing to share with the public at this time, because they don't want to preempt the declaration of results by INEC by, probably injecting their own information into the public. But when it gets to election tribunal, the political
parties... Which is what they want to prevent.
Yes, when it gets to election tribunal, the political parties will know each of the policemen that were sent, and they will subpoena them to come and tell of what they observed. And at which point, of course, expertise in cross-examination will elicit the fact, including somebody, they report something which will not come up before the court. So what they are keeping from the public will come out when they get to the election tribunal.
Well, let's quickly check with Zamfara State. The results are not in yet. We'll have the Commissioner of Police in Zamfara State, Femi Ogunbayode. Thank you for joining us today. What's going on in Zamfara State at the moment? Not sure he can hear us now. Can you hear us?
Hello?
Okay, could you tell us what's going on in Zamfara State at the moment?
Well, not quite. For now, coalition is still very much on. We still have elections in some polling units, which were postponed to today due to shortage of voting materials, but they're going on for now peacefully. We are also quizzing the Abga gubernatorial candidate, Dr. Sani Abdullahi Finhavi, the reported case of inciting disturbance and criminal conspiracy to witness snatching of ballot papers.
What about...
So generally, the election has been very peaceful. Yeah.
Oh, okay. How many people are in your custody at the moment concerning malpractices or alleged malpractice?
Well, hello, can you come again?
How many people do you have in your custody?
Well, that I will not be able to tell you with certainty. But we have quite a lot of arrests have been made in respect of several incidences, which is normal in any electoral process. Incidences are bound to happen, but what is most important is ability to manage it and forge ahead with the elections.
CP Ogunbayode, are these the only two people in your custody as regards ballot box snatching?
You say?
Are these the only two people you arrested?
Your background is noisy. Your background is very noisy.
Okay. Are these the only two people you've arrested concerning ballot box snatching?
As I said, it was not snatching of ballot box, but ballot papers.
Ballot paper snatching?
Yes. And I think we have one incident of ballot box snatching, and the suspect was arrested.
Okay, what happened to the ballot box and the ballot papers that were snatched? Are they also in your custody, or were they returned to the point where they were snatched?
Yes, well, the case is under investigation.
No, not the case, CB, not the case. The materials that were snatched, where are they?
Yes, we have not yet recovered them, but the suspect is being quizzed in respect of the incident.
Okay, so it's possible that the materials that were snatched are also part of the results being collated?
You are not clear. You are cracking at my end.
The question I asked is, if you say you've not yet recovered the snatched ballot papers and snatched ballot box, is it possible that they will be part of the results being collated now?
Of course, absolutely no. It is in respect of a particular polling unit, a polling unit.
Okay, but we thought that since you've not recovered those materials, they could be anywhere. All right, Baba, thank you very much indeed, CP Femi Ogunbayede, for speaking with us today.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and Nigeria 2015 continues after this break.